Hi friends, how are you? It's been a while. I've been so busy. I've been wanting to come in here and share with you so many things. There's been so much happening. We have had a really, really wonderful summer, and I have lots to share with you. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa. This podcast is about knitting and creativity. The connection between how leaning into our creativity can help us to have a happier life, a more meaningful life, a more authentic life. And so we talk a lot about knitting. We talk a lot about the connection between spirituality and creativity. And my hope is that you have some knitting that you can just pick up and kind of work with that's a little mindless, that you can just sort of relax and let the stress of the day flow through you and just like water down the drain and focus on your knitting and sort of transcend all the struggles of the day. Because that is one of the things that I love about knitting, is that it can provide for us a time to kind of let go of the other things in our lives that can cause us so much stress and worry. And so today we're going to talk about a couple of different things. I have some works in progress that I want to share with you, or at least one work in progress that I'm going to share with you. And we're going to talk about color. Color is such a really, really big. I realized that one of the main things that I love about knitting is color. And I love to work in natural wools, and I love that as well. I love cables and I love all those things, but color is what really excites me, and picking out colors is such a big thing. And so I wanted to share with you first, I spent some time at Wing and a Prayer Farm over here in Vermont, and with Tammy from Wing and a Prayer Farm. We went there. We had some friends come up last week, and my girlfriend is a knitter, and so I thought, let's go visit Tammy. And we finally were able to get some time to get over there. And Tammy is such a sweet, kind person. And if you're in Vermont and you love yarns and you have some time, I wholeheartedly encourage you just get to book a farm visit and get to meet her and see her yarns and see her beautiful sheep, see her beautiful farm. She treats the animals like they're her children. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful to see how she is with those sheep. I mean, it's really something. And I think she has, that might have said, this 75 sheep. She also has rescued dogs, donkeys. She's got tons of chickens. She's got, I mean, it's just incredible. She's a really special person. So, and she hand dyes all of her yarns in using beautiful natural dyes. And so I picked this up. My friend was kind enough to gift this to me for my birthday. Is it not gorgeous? Is this color not gorgeous? Can you see it? Oh my God, it's so hard to focus on this thing, but you can see the color in any case. It's dyed using this cochineal. I can't pronounce it. Oh, I think if I go further back, you can see it. Okay, so here it is. So I'm making the Ornata Blouse from TT Knits. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. Really, really, actually quite easy to follow. Lots and lots of stockinette, which I love at this time of year. And I'm knitting this it's in Vermont flock yarn, which is her fingering. She doesn't have a ton of fingering yarn. She has a lot of worsted weight. She has a lot of beautiful yarns. I think this is a blend of wool and mohair, and it's I just love it. I'm using a size 6 needle, getting 5 stitches per inch. I tend to knit very loosely. I started on 1s, and then I moved up to 6s because I wasn't getting gauge. And I've talked about that before. I don't want to waste my time. I mean, I have made sweaters before that were not gauged correct, and it's so frustrating, right? So I want this to fit, and this is an oversized. I'll show you a picture of it. Where's my pattern? I don't have my pattern over here. But I'm gonna, so, okay, here's the main color, and this is what I'm gonna do. So this pattern is really, really beautiful. The Ornata Blouse, and this is gonna be the contrasting color. So it's gonna be a very kind of loose, oversized with a gathered neckline and a picot hem neckline, which is a really interesting, easy process. You kind of knit, and then you get a folding row and you fold it over, and then you sort of just like knit the stitches, you fold the hem. Makes a really sweet, beautiful, kind of very feminine, kind of little, see that? Little picot neck. And you can see how it like gathers. Isn't that just so pretty? So, so pretty. And so it's gonna be very blousey, and then it has these oversized sleeves that are balloon sleeves, and they come to a really tight cuff on the wrist. And it has, the sleeves have beautiful color work, and so I'm gonna do the color work. I loved this combination. So I'm so excited, so into it. Yeah, it's 90%. This is Vermont flock. If you have good eyes, you can see that. Wing and a Prayer Farm, Vermont flock, 90% wool, 10% mohair. Love her yarns. Matches my walls. As you can see, I love color. Color is, to get back to that idea of color, color is, to me, like, it's why I love the summer, because it's so bursting with flowers and fruit and vegetables. Our garden is so incredibly colorful right now. And I'm gonna attach some pictures in here of my garden. It's just so, I love it. I love color. And so it started me thinking about, well, what is it about color? Like, what is it? And I guess because the first things that I knit were color work. I mean, that was always what I worked on. I've talked about Elizabeth Zimmerman a lot here, and I started with using her percentage system to make a color work sweater. And I just discovered that if I put certain colors together, that I just loved it. I don't know, color, on an aesthetic level, right? It brings out the best qualities, right? It brings out your skin tone. The right color can can really show your skin tone in a beautiful light. It can just brighten your day. But there's also like studies about color, right? That when we wear red, which is like my favorite color, that's like my wow color. I love red, right? Red is just my favorite color, and it's energizing, energizing. It projects confidence, and it kind of just has presence. Then there's, I'm just going to share a little bit about different colors and how different colors can, either encourage you to feel a certain way, or if you're feeling a certain way, you might want to wear these colors or knit with these colors. Orange, which I also love, is a hue of encouragement, optimism, and self-confidence. It's really the color for the extrovert, right? Orange radiates warmth and happiness, combining the physical energy and stimulation of red with the cheerfulness of yellow. Orange can inspire courage, enthusiasm, and rejuvenation. So really, really interesting. And yellow, another color that I love, it's the color of the mind and the intellect, resonating with the left or logical side of the brain. It is creative, the tone of new ideas and new ways of doing things. Post-it notes, right? They mentioned in this article, post-it notes and legal pads were invented in yellow for a good reason, because it stimulates the mind, it's alert. And I don't know why I love it with this pink so much. I think it's such a pretty, I find it a very soothing color. I don't know, someone else might find it stimulating. Maybe the pink is very soothing, or it's really more of a mauve, right? This beautiful mauve is more soothing, and then I find the yellow to be kind of like, like a pop of color. Green is the color of nature, of course, right? It's the color of balance and growth. It's restful and secure, and it symbolizes harmony, healing, and stability. And I love green too. Green is like such a beautiful color. I have plans to make a beautiful green sweater after this. Green is so yeah, I find it to be those things, very healing and soothing and lovely to work with. Blue, I'm wearing blue today. This is actually my, oops, my bra showing. This sweater, it's not a sweater, it's a vest. I knit this last spring. It's using Green Mountain Spinnery's Cotton Comfort. It's their, I believe it's called the Waterfall Vest. And it's a blend of cotton and wool, which unbelievably, I can wear it today on a hot day like this. And it still feels, it doesn't feel overly warm. Just very comfortable. It feels, you know, light. And it's, I love this. This Green Mountain Spinnery, I love their yarns as well. They really, I have a whole episode dedicated. I visited there and watched their process, how they do their spinning. And it was really, really fun. So now let's talk about blue. Blue is the color of loyalty and integrity, as well as conservatism and predictability, right? It has the opposite effect on the brain as red, which is really, really interesting. Red is blue is calming, it reduces tension and fear and slows the pulse rate and reduces the appetite. So that's really interesting. Like blue has a soothing, so it's a really nice pairing. Blue and red is a nice pairing. Blue with yellow is a nice pairing. Like blue just adds tranquility and peace. And yeah, that's really, really interesting. Purple. Purple is the color of imagination and spirituality, inspiring high ideals. It can be creative and individual or immature and practical, right? I remember when my kids both loved to color with the color purple. It was like purple was everywhere. Both my daughter and my son, they loved purple. But it also can be a more mature, introspective tone, allowing us to connect with our deeper thoughts. And I wonder about this. Is this pink or purple? What do you think? It's really, I guess, a mauve. But it has elements, it has the feel of pink and it has the feel of purple too. It's kind of, it does have sort of like an introspective feel to it, doesn't it? It's really, really beautiful. So those are some ideas about color and how they can reflect on us. And I find that picking colors is such a huge, I don't know if this is true for you, but when I'm doing color work, picking out those colors is like a huge piece of my planning process. I mean, I could spend hours looking at colors and thinking about what I want, especially if it's a color work yoke or something like that. Just, I spend a lot of time thinking about how that's gonna look, not only from a perspective of how it will look on me, but I love my work to be unique. I love it to have, I rarely will knit a sweater exactly as the test knitters knitted or as the pattern describes it. I really try to find a way to make it my own. And I find it pretty easy with color to do that. Like it's a simple way. It's a little bit safe in a way because you're using the pattern, but you're just inserting the colors that you like. So I encourage you, use some colors, knit today. Colors can make you happier. Colors can absolutely make you happier. I hope this is making you happy. So I'll give you a little what's been going on around here, what's happening. We have been having a really busy summer. I've been working this summer. I'm doing some administrative stuff at school in addition to teaching. And so I've been doing a lot of that this summer and it's been really fun. Everyone is so great. This is a relatively new job and it's getting a little hot now. It's been really great but busy with that, but also taking some time. We had some friends come up and like I said, we went to Wing and a Prayer Farm. We live here in Vermont, in Manchester, Vermont, which is a great place. And so the guys did some glass blowing locally. Marianne and I went to go visit Wing and a Prayer Farm, super fun. We went out to eat here at some great restaurants, the Silver Fork, which was amazing. That restaurant is so delicious. And it's an old library. It's the old library in town that some, this family, this husband and wife, chef and chef team, opened up this great restaurant, and they transformed it so it has this really cool vibe when you're inside. It just feels like you can feel like it was a library, but it has they're beautiful, like the music, the colors, the decor, everything is just like really, really great. It works really, really nice, and the food is delicious, and they're so, so nice there. So we had a great night out to dinner. We went to the Dorset Theater and we saw a really great production there. We went to the Southern Vermont Arts Center, and we saw a beautiful sonata, a Brahms sonata, which was really gorgeous. And you're sitting in these, it's such a great place to visit. It was a beautiful, beautiful night, and the light was so gorgeous pouring into this room, and it was a duet, the violin and piano, and it was just like, oh my God, so, so beautiful. And so that we did a lot. We did a lot of really fun stuff. We had dinner here. We sat outside. The weather was gorgeous. It was so fun having friends. And now the kids are getting ready. Tomorrow, I'm going to be bringing the kids up to Karma Choling, which is a meditation. It's a Tibetan Shambhala meditation center. My son Max and his sister Sophie will be spending the first week. Max will be up there for 2 weeks. Sophie and I will be there for 1 week each. So she'll spend 1 week with him, and then next Saturday I'm going to go up there with him and volunteer. So we're working as volunteers there. And I'm just really excited for that. I think it's going to be he's been playing baseball all summer, and it's been a lot of, games and traveling here and there, and then we had friends, and so now he'll be able to kind of just have some time to this is his first experience at a meditation center. And sometimes I think to myself, what am I doing here? Am I crazy? Am I forcing my child to do something? But I think he's there with his sister, who's home for college for the summer. She'll be going back. She's going to be heading to Scotland in a few weeks. So she comes back, and then she'll go to Scotland. So I feel like it's a really beautiful time for the two of them to be together. They'll spend that week. They're very close. They're very good friends. So they can be together for that time. And then I'll be up there with him the second week. And I think it could be a really great opportunity to experience what life is in a meditative environment. You get assigned a meditation teacher. So, you'll have the opportunity to really work on your meditation if that's something you want. And I think he is interested in that. And I think it'll just be, really eye-opening for him to spend time with people who are, when you go to these retreat centers, people tend to be like on their best behavior, right? And they really want to improve themselves, or to get in touch with the part of themselves that is the best part of themselves, right? So you're really around people at their best. And I think that's just like a really great opportunity for a young person to have, to be around adults who are really wanting to be at their best, and to have the opportunity to learn some basic meditation techniques, to kind of be in nature. You're going to be doing volunteer work during the day, but you'll have time to yourself, and you can walk, and it's on a beautiful location. So that's happening. And then, as I mentioned, Sophie will be heading over to Scotland for 2 weeks, and then that's it. Then it's like bring her back down to college, bring her back down to New York, where she can go back to school. And so sad. I get so attached to having her home. I love having my kids home. I love the summer because I love having my kids home, and I love knowing where they both are. They've been working together at a local deli, and it just makes me so happy to know that they are together during the day. It's so great. So I'm really gonna miss them. Well, one of them is going to college. The other one will just go back to school, to high school locally. So, but so far it's been an amazing summer. Our garden is going gangbusters right now, finally. It was like a really slow start, but we have lots and lots of tomatoes. I have tons of tomatoes. I'll show you some pictures. I'm going to include some little footage in there. We have tons of tomatoes, tons of lettuce, is amazing. The lettuce is just, we have so much lettuce. We have some beautiful zucchini coming in. The cucumbers have been coming in like crazy. We have peppers. My potatoes, I'm not sure what's happening with the potatoes, but they are soon going to be unearthed and we will find out. Flowers, you know, lots of flowers, and it's just been a great summer for the garden. So really enjoying it more and more. Every year you learn so much about the garden, and you know, I planted wildflowers in pots this year. We did a lot this year. We painted the I mean, we moved up here last year, right? And this year I feel like we decorated the house. We painted everything. We're gonna paint the outside too. I'm not exactly sure when that's gonna happen. We were planning on September, but honestly, I don't know if we're gonna get to it. But it just feels so good. It feels like our home, you know? It's just like we've really like made it our own now, and really just enjoying being up here. I love this lifestyle. I love the slowness of it. I love the natural world. I love the knitting community that I'm kind of connecting with up here. And yeah, so I think that's it. I think I've talked myself out. So I'm gonna run, sending you, oh, I forgot to say, please subscribe. It means so much to me. I'm making connections with people through this podcast. I made a wonderful new friend that I met over at Wing and a Prayer Farm, Felicia, who's an amazing knitter. I think she's Mosaic. I'm gonna put her link. I hope I'll check with her and see if it's okay if I can put her link of Instagram. You have to check out her knitting. Her knitting is amazing. She's an absolutely expert, beautiful knitter. I met her at Wing and a Prayer Farm. She was staying at Tammy's. Tammy has a bed and breakfast there, so it was wonderful to meet her. It was so much fun, and it's just so nice to have this community of creatives and people who are looking to make this a bigger part of their life, or to lean into this aspect of their life and make it more meaningful for them. So please do subscribe, comment, reach out to me, connect with me on Instagram, Life with Fife, Creative Vermont. I'd love to connect with you, hear from you, hear what you're knitting, tell me what's going on, what are you doing this summer? That's it for me. Namaste. Have an amazing day. Bye.